So how hard is it then? What are you dealing with in the car, and how much work is
I don't know.
there
Well,
to do?
clearly the car is capable of being P3, so Charles did a great job today, so I can't blame him for that.
When Lewis Hamilton announced he was signing with Ferrari, fans worldwide celebrated what seemed like the perfect pairing. F1's most decorated modern champion joining the sport's most legendary team. The excitement was electric, but flash forward to today, and the situation has become absolutely disastrous. Hamilton's 2025 campaign has been nothing but disappointment. Just check his results. Australia, 10th place Japan, 7th place Bahrain, 5th place China, 6th in sprint, disqualified from Grand Prix, Saudi Arabia, 7th place. You're seeing that correctly. The 7-time world champion hasn't finished better than 5th in any race this season. Hamilton currently sits a disappointing 7th in the Drivers' Championship with only 31 points. His sole bright moment, winning the Shanghai sprint race. But wait, it gets worse. In Saudi Arabia, Hamilton crossed the finish line a staggering 30.969 seconds behind teammate Charles Leclerc. How does a driver of Hamilton's caliber end up half a minute behind someone in identical machinery? The qualifying comparisons are equally troubling. Hamilton hasn't been within 0.311 seconds of Leclerc in the last 3 qualifying sessions. For someone once considered the Saturday specialist, these gaps are deeply concerning. As retirement rumours intensify, Hamilton made a public appearance in London where he addressed the speculation head-on. Please keep your fingers crossed. I'm not going to give up. We're going to keep getting better. Still we rise, right? But these brave words came just days after much more pessimistic comments. Following the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, Hamilton confessed his situation is painful with no solution in sight. I expect to struggle in Miami too, he admitted grimly. I don't know how long these struggles will continue, but it's definitely painful. Right now, there's no fix. This is probably how it's going to be for the rest of the year. It's going to be painful. Even more troubling, Hamilton revealed Ferrari management are not happy with his performances. When the honeymoon phase ends this quickly, you have to question if this partnership was destined to fail. Former F1 driver Ralf Schumacher has intensified speculation by suggesting Hamilton might simply retire at the end of 2025. Speaking on Sky Germany's Backstage Pit Lane podcast, Schumacher was brutally honest. He just can't handle the car. Schumacher drew a harsh comparison to Lando Norris's confidence issues, claiming it's almost worse with Hamilton. You can see he's truly deflated, Schumacher observed. When you reach a point where you have no more answers and are consistently slower, you lose everything. Drawing from his own career, Schumacher added, I know from personal experience, when it continues like this, the joy disappears. The mental impact of persistent underperformance can destroy even the greatest champions. Schumacher painted a vivid picture of Hamilton's potential thought process. Eventually, he wakes up thinking, why am I putting myself through this? I'm not enjoying it anymore. I can't perform. I'm holding my team back. If this pattern continues, there's a real chance he'll eventually say, look, I'm done with this. I want to enjoy my life now. I'm 40 years old. I'm incredibly wealthy. I don't need this frustration anymore. For whatever reason, it's simply not working. Strong criticism from Michael Schumacher's brother. But is he correct? Is Lewis Hamilton genuinely considering walking away from the sport that made him a legend? A major factor in Hamilton's struggles stems from technical issues with the Ferrari SF25. Since his disqualification in China for excessive skid block wear, Ferrari has been forced to run the car higher than optimal. This adjustment has created a nightmare for Hamilton. The increased ride height has worsened balance and tyre management problems, leaving him with an unpredictable car that's virtually impossible to control at the limit. Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur has acknowledged the car's problem area, but insists there's untapped potential. But can they unlock it before Hamilton's patience runs out? The handling characteristics are particularly unsuited to Hamilton's driving approach. He struggles to feel connected to the SF25, and the car tends to become unstable through corners. For a driver whose success depends on feel and precision, this is catastrophic. The performance gap between Hamilton and Leclerc has been enormous. Leclerc has consistently outperformed his celebrated teammate in both qualifying and races. The qualifying differences tell one story, but it's during races where the contrast becomes even more evident. That 30-second gap in Saudi Arabia wasn't an anomaly. It reflects a fundamental difference in how both drivers are adapting to the car. Former F1 team boss Franz Tost offered an interesting perspective on this dynamic. Leclerc knows the team, and the age difference works in his favor. Tost continued, "If Hamilton wins their battle, Leclerc loses prestige. He therefore must win and do everything possible to achieve that." Is there an internal power struggle within Ferrari making Hamilton's situation even more challenging? Is Leclerc receiving preferential treatment? These questions add another dimension to Hamilton's difficulties. Franz Tost provided another fascinating theory about Hamilton's struggles. Hamilton's case demonstrates how complex Formula One has become, Tost told F1 Insider, especially since it's about hundredths of seconds that can make all the difference. Those hundredths accumulate quickly. In Saudi Arabia, Hamilton was losing tenths to Leclerc in every sector during practice. Many experts believe Hamilton's performance began declining in 2022, coinciding with the introduction of ground effect regulations. Hamilton developed his driving style before ground effect cars returned. His approach features late braking and subtle steering adjustments. But with a ground effect car, this technique creates instability through corners, exactly what Hamilton keeps complaining about. He can't feel connected to the SF25, and the car loses balance during turns. Is the 7-time world champion's driving style fundamentally incompatible with modern F1 cars? Has the sport evolved beyond Hamilton's techniques? It's a theory gaining support among F1 insiders. Former Toro Rosso driver Jaime Alguersuari has made a bold prediction about Hamilton's future. One he admits is risky. "I sense that Hamilton is going to leave," Alguersuari claimed on the Afterlap podcast. "I don't know why I'm taking a chance by saying this, but I feel his era has passed, that he's already accomplished everything, and he's thinking, okay, I joined Ferrari to see what happens in 2026. Alguersuari didn't stop there. He delivered a harsh assessment of Ferrari's championship credentials. "Ferrari isn't a winning team. A team might win races, but that doesn't make it a winning team. They haven't won a championship since 2008. They may have a competitive car, they may have talented people, but they don't have a winning organization. There's a difference." With Ferrari's last Constructors' Championship coming in 2008 and their last Drivers' title in 2007, Alguersuari's point is devastating. Has Hamilton joined a team that's forgotten how to win championships? The upcoming Miami Grand Prix could be a crucial turning point. As the season's second sprint race, the shortened format might allow Ferrari to run the car in a more optimal setup due to the reduced fuel load required.